Alright, I think we're live. I haven't done one of these in a while. It's been a minute. Alright. Vicky! Someone let me know if my audio's working. Avenger 01, the very first one. Yeah, somebody drop a comment, let me know if you can hear me. Because I haven't done this in a while, and I don't think my audio's set up properly. Hero Zap, what's going on? I can hear. Okay, awesome. Alright, so I haven't done a IG live in a long time, but I figured it's time I do one. I was gonna go on Whatnot, but I don't have anything to really run outside of stickers. So I'm just gonna do a little tutorial. Hopefully, I can use this video for something later. Mr. King, what's going on, brother? Alright, so what I'm going to do here is just show a quick, easy way to transfer a sketch to a sketch card in this case. I'm going to go through the whole process. So this is a pencil sketch that was auctioned off for MentalCon 23 a month ago. And if it hit a certain amount, I said that I'll do a painted version of it as well. So the winner of the auction is going to get the sketch and a painted version of it. So obviously I don't want to ruin this. So what I've done is I made a photocopy. I made 2 photocopies of the sketch, and I'm going to show how I'm transferring this to a blank card. It's a very straightforward process. A lot of people do this. There's actually different things you can do once you get a printout or a copy of something. Like you can mat mount it to a board, canvas, whatever. You can project it, whatever you want to do. But this is what works for me with sketch cards. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. So I just have this here as reference. I'm not going to touch this again. I want to keep this as clean as possible. So that's when we do it. Put that over there. So my photocopies, one of them's a little bit darker. I don't know why, but I'll see which one I like better. I like this one better. There's my card. So step 1, you're going to take a photocopy. What's up, Alonzo? Old Man Venom. Oh, a lot of people out today. Jomer Bolda. Oh, a lot of artists in here. Yeah, make sure you follow Jumar, Old Man Venom, Alonzo, Southern Hype, J. Peter, I can never pronounce your last name. Everybody follow everybody. Okay, so really simple. You take your photocopy, you flip it over, kind of look up at the light, see the area where you have the drawing. See, so I'm just kind of blocking it out. A cheap pencil. Rodney, what's going on, buddy? Nothing special. You get a box of these at Staples for like $1.99. Where all you want to do is fill out the background in graphite. And try to hold your pencil sideways, not like this. It's going to take you forever to do it that way. If you do it this way, you can use the edge of the lead to just cover that space. That's that. So put that aside for a second. I'm looking at my card. I like to try to keep the backs of the cards as clean as possible. Copper Pot, what's going on? Wow, there's a lot of people on this morning. I guess it's not morning. So one way I like to protect the back of cards is just cut a smaller piece of paper. So grab my scissors here. Something like that. Just draw a square. Or draw a square. Cut a square. That might be a little too big. Like that. Grab some low-tack masking tape. I love this Duramax stuff. I buy it at the dollar store. They're $1 a roll. It's not too tacky. If for some reason the tape does feel too tacky, one thing you can do is you can just put it down on a piece of paper and gently peel it off. That'll make it a little bit less tacky. Some people like to put them on like on their jeans or stuff like that to pick up some of those fibers, but no, that seems like too complicated. And now I'm just gonna tape off the back of the card. Doesn't have to be pretty, you just want to make sure that the paper is being held down. So you get a clean edge. Drool Art, Bamanth, B-Man TH3. Sorry, I'm not sure how to read that out. I mean, if you want to be extra, you can try to line up your tape like this so it's really close to the edge. I'm just going to trim it off there. Alright, so now that it's there, grab my scissors or an X-Acto knife. Try not to cut the card, obviously, because, you know, that sucks. Wrap the tape around my finger and pull it off. Oh, I'm not sure what you mean, old man. Oh, yeah, wrap it around your finger. Yeah, that works too. Like, whatever works, right? If the tape's too tacky, just... There we go. To get it less sticky. Yeah, for sure. There's different ways. Tape off my desk before it sticks to my arm here. DP, Jurian art and stuff. Howdy, Kingdom of Slabs going on, buddy? Alright, so one thing with these cards, or any cards that aren't branded on the top, because I've done this before, is I like to make a mark so I know what's the up. So I'm going to do it here as well, just lightly. I'll erase it after. Alright, so now I'm going to get two little pieces of tape, set those aside because I'll need them in a second. Barry Marvel Cuts, how's it going? Oh, that over there. I'm going to take my sketch and just fold on the edge. It's a little easier if you print this or cut this out properly. And what I like to do is fold one edge strong, like really make sure it's down on there, and then the other one go a little bit lighter because things don't always line up perfectly. Keith's Comic Artist, how's it going? Alright, so make sure up is up. There's my up. There's my up, and I'm just going to line it up. And I'm going to put it up against the light to make sure that I line up the edges properly. Fold it. Where do I do my little tape strips? There's one. Go nice and tight here. Take that one. Boom. We're on. You can see it'll fold perfectly. Oh, so the other the other cable card. This is the pencil sketch, and what I'm doing. So I'm transferring this to another card because I'm going to do a painted version of it. So the person that won the auction is going to get the pencil sketch as well as a painted version of it. So I don't want to ruin this, and I don't want to redraw it from scratch because I'm lazy like that, and there's no point. So now I'm going to grab a ballpoint pen. Doesn't have to be anything special. I like these Zebras, whatever, I don't know. You can see it's really old. It's worn out, Zebra something. It's a 05 pen. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show it somewhere else. Is literally trace over the drawing in pen, and I'm just going to transfer over whatever lines I need. So what's going to happen is Hopefully you can see that. Alright, so the only thing that I can say is try not to press too hard, and you can use a pencil as well. I like to use a pen because it's easier to see the ink. Don't use a felt tip or anything soft tip, because then you can't really tell what you're doing. So now I'm just gonna gently or lightly trace over the photocopy. I don't need necessarily every single mark. I just need a general shape, because I always have the thing here for reference. If you need to be super accurate with it, then I suggest you use a different color pen, so it really stands out, like maybe a red or a green, so you can really see the ink. It's very easy to kind of forget which lines you've done, and if you can't see the ink, I think this one's black, yeah, it makes it a little tougher. So if you get distracted and not sure what you traced or copied or whatever word you want to use for it. So all I'm doing is I'm getting the basic lines. It's going to be a painting, so it doesn't need to be, I don't particularly care to get every single line mark from here. I just need the general shape and lighting scheme I've set up, because the rest is going to get painted anyways. And if you miss a little part, whatever, it doesn't matter. Really the important things here are the mouth, the nose, the overall shape of the head. I'm going to have a shadow there. So I actually learned this trick a long time ago from an artist named Jeff Miracola. He's a sci-fi artist, does a lot of Magic the Gathering stuff. A lot of people do this, use this technique. Scott Fisher, Dave Palumbo. Actually, Dave Palumbo uses, he does a negative transfer, which I never really understood. Alright, so there's the hair. Sorry if the camera's shaky. You can, there's a million ways to do this, depending on what you prefer and the size and how much detail you want. You know, there's different approaches that will give you better, different results. Of course, the most accurate way is to mount the copy to your card or board. But for a sketch card, there's really no point to do it. So I'm just getting the general areas. I don't need all the hair things. I'm going to redraw those anyways, or repaint those. I'm going to leave a gap here where the highlight is, not the highlight, where the glow of the eyes is. This is a great, I think a great tip for any artist that does prelims, because you get to keep your sketch. So even if it's not, sorry, even if it's not, I forget my point. But anyways, you get to keep your sketch. And the really cool thing about this is if for some reason you mess up, you can always start over. And yeah, tattoo artists do the same thing with what's it called? Like the transfer paper, like transparency paper. So now I forget if I got the eye. I don't think I did the eye. And one other thing that I learned over the years, try not to put your finger over this area, because you're going to leave finger marks. And don't rush. There's no need to rush on this. It's a very quick process, whatever. I'm gonna reshape the. I'm gonna reshape that later. Then I got the note. I need the mouth. Let's block in that shadow. If you don't have a photocopier, you can take a picture on your phone, print it, or if you have a scanner, just scan it. Just make sure you print it at the size that you need it. A lot of times when I do commissions, I'll do my prelim bigger. Let's see if I have any examples here of anything that was recently posted. Oh, here. I'll show a prelim for something. So a lot of times I'll do the prelim bigger. So for example, there's my prelim sketch for a Spider-Man card. And then I scanned this, printed it at 3.5 by 2.5, and did the exact same method to transfer. And there's the final product, right? It's better to work with the larger sketch because when you scale it down, you're going to get sharper lines. Again, I forgot which lines I captured and which ones I didn't, so let's just assume I didn't do those. The shadows and highlight stuff I'm not too worried about because, like I said, this is all going to be painted, so I'll fill those in after. I just want to make sure I grab my main shapes. So I want to make sure I grab the banding, which really I could just redo. Just making sure I captured everything. Okay, I think that's enough for that. And hopefully I grabbed everything I need. We're going to find out. If I totally nerf this, I can start over. So just gently peel the tape off, and there we go. I could keep this, but I have another copy for some reason I need it, so I'm going to throw that one out. Right. You see my arrow that I drew, that'll get all erased. And I forgot, I missed the outer edge there, so simple little things that don't matter. So I'm just going to grab a pencil and try to frame this up because I did miss that. Did I miss anything else? Yeah. Other than that, I think I got everything I need. Like I said, always have the sketch here to reference. So what I like to do kind of next step, and I'm not going to paint this now because I got to do some work. Kind of part of my process is I always like to mount the card to a piece of cardboard. Yeah, red ink, Rodney, would have been better because I'd be able to see what I did. I don't have a red pen though. Anyways, doesn't matter. So what I like to do is take the card and tape it down to a piece of cardboard or foam board, or this is coroplast, so it doesn't really matter. You can tape it down. I've recently discovered this double-sided tape roll stuff, so I can just do an X. Let's use this side and just boop, stick it on there. And because I have the paper, backing on the card, when I take this off, if it tears the paper, I don't care because it's not going to damage the card. So really, the next step from here on is color by numbers or ink it or whatever you want to do. I'm not going to do that now because like I said, I could get to something else, but just so I have everything I need. Yeah, or you can print out this yellow virgin light blue. There's so many different things you can do. It just depends on how much detail you need to capture. So I just photocopied, and that works for me. Alright, that's it for now. I might stream some of the actual painting process of this, or parts of it. I don't know. My schedule is a little crazy these days, so see what I can do. But hopefully somebody found this useful, and we'll see you next time. If anyone's got any questions, shoot me a DM. Have a great weekend.